To renew Jewish life in Samaria. Now, there was a certain atmosphere, a certain feeling in the air that now we encounter it again when we go to the hill of Evyatar. The same excitement, the same Zionistic atmosphere of pioneering and redeeming the land, and young people and older people and many, many children around. And all of them in one long festival of renewing the connection between Am Israel and another hill in the mountains of Samaria. People tell me, when they come now to Evyatar, Daniela, it is very much like it was when you started your first community in Samaria by the movement of Gush Emunim and by the group of Elon Moreh. The same atmosphere, the same happiness, the same feeling of unity in the act of building another community in Eretz Israel. And to me, this is a good sign that this atmosphere will affect the future development of many communities in Yehuda and Shomron. I will just mention that for many years, there was a certain freeze on building new communities. And what we did in Eviatar is very similar to what we did when we first came to Shomron. Then we opened a gate to many Jews to come to the mountains of Shomron and Yehuda. And now we open again a gate for a new chapter of building new communities in between the existing settlements of Yehuda and Shomron. To be continued, Gila.
Thank you, thank you. That is so important and so meaningful. And then we understand how the Eviatar, the Yeshuv of Eviatar, is going to make a difference for our security, our well-being, and the continuum in Yehuda and Shomron. Okay, and now I think ask Lital, okay, who has been, as she said, involved for 15 years. She has been involved in the Nachala movement. Okay, Lital happens to be my daughter-in-law as well, and I am very proud of her. And I know how hard she works for Nachala and to make Evyatar the Yeshuv that it is today. Lital.
With Knesset members and ministers and bring people there. And one of those groups was a group that was intended to be the group that will establish the place when I'm right here now, like you see behind me, Evyatar. I do want to show you on the screen. So we all, now you're seeing my screen, right?
Yes, we can see Lital.
Good. So now you're looking on the Israel map, and you can see here Jerusalem and Tel Aviv, and in here in the middle, we call it the heart of the land of Israel, Yehuda and Shomron. It's right in the middle of the Israeli country, and just here, like you see, we have the Evyatar. Eviatar, like I said, was one of 7 groups of families that Nachala organized to be able to establish a new place. And 7 weeks ago, after there was a terror action in Tapuach Junction, here this is a map a bit closer, like you see, this is 5 road that taking you to Tel Aviv, and this is 60 road that taking you to Yerushalayim, and just here in the middle of Eviatar, very close to Tapuach Junction, in the center of the Shomron. And 7 weeks ago, there was a terror action that just here in the Tapuach Junction, there was a guy by name Yuda Guetta that was murdered, and 2 of his friends was hurt very badly. And after this terrible action, our movement Nachala, together with a group of the families that was involved in the last 2 years to organize things in Eviatar, and also with the support of the Shomron Regional Council, we decided that we have to do something. We have to give an answer for this terror action, because every time that they will try to make our connection to our land and our country weaker, we will do the opposite, and they will get the opposite result, and we will be stronger and bigger in our land. And in the same day, we brought 13 families to this place, Eviatar. This is a picture you can see from top, and this is a point of Eviatar. And we got to barren land. There was many years ago an army base in this point. This land, it's a land that we checked, and we have 3 professional opinion of lawyers that they קובעים, that they said that this land, it's not a land, it's a land that it's a national land, and it's not private, it's not belong to no one. And we came a day after this terror action, 13 families straight away in the same days. First, we brought few caravans, like you see here in the right of the picture, but straight away we start to build. We brought concrete and bricks and blocks and hundred of people and start to build and to make this place to a flourishing. So all the photos I'm showing you right here, this was the first days. Like you see, there is no road yet, everything is still empty, but we did it. We decided that we're doing it big, and we wanted to be something that will raise the flag of establishing a new settlement. And I want you all to know that in the last 20 years in Yehuda and Shomron, there was no establishment of new issue in big and in loud. Slowly in the last 20 years, there was a lot of pressure from left organization and from Europe on the Israeli government, and slowly they give up on the basic things to be able to build a new settlement. They say we will not build new one, we will build inside of the places that already built. And this is why this place is very special and attract to this place many people, because after of 20 years that was a strong I can say freezer, everything was freeze in the area. Of course there was inside of the exist community, there was a building, and of course there was in small places that slowly grow up, but a decision of the government to establish a new issue and do it quick and big, it was something that we didn't see many years. And this time we said we will do it strong and big, and we will bring with us the government after it. And like you see here from the sky, this is after 7 days, only 7 days after we've been here in Eviatar. There is still no roads, but you can see we built here, you can see a Bet Midrash that we built, and all of this was houses of families. And because of, like I said, this was the army base in the beginning, and the army was very happy that we came to this point, because this point, and I'm going back just for a second to the map that I showed you in the beginning, this place is very a strategic point, because like you say, this road, 5 road, make the connection between Tel Aviv and the center of Israel to Bikat Yarden and to all of these areas. This road, 5 road, is very central and significant security issues for Israel. And this is why this point of Eviatar is very important for the army and very important for our country to have a Jewish ruling on this place. And in all of these weeks, we brought hundred of people to build and develop, and you can see here in the picture how every day we build more houses, and so many people from all over Israel came to support. And after we decided we will pave roads, and like you can see here in the black, this is all a new road that we paved. And this is a picture, and like you can see, of the recent days that we have today in Eviatar. After 7 weeks, only 7 weeks, we have 53 families that living in Eviatar. We're talking about more than 2 200 kids that are living here now. We built a kindergarten for kids and also a daycare for the small kids. And we have here, like you see from the right here, where is you see my mouse, this is a big Bet Midrash. In the beginning, we built the Bet Midrash smaller, but because the issue became so quick, much bigger, so we make the Bet Midrash and the Bet Knesset much bigger to be able to bring to that it will be able to have more people. And all of these places, all of those buildings, like you see, it is houses that we build for families. And like you see, all those cars and all those people, every day people are coming from all over Israel, from all the kind of the different area and kind of Jews in Israel, and buses and private cars, and to be there, to support, to take part of this amazing place and to support it. This is, like you see, the daycare and the kindergarten with the kids that are learning there, and many groups.
We're behind you. There you go. Now we can see.
Okay, so this is an example of group that came from Kfar Saba, Ra'anana, to support, and people coming and visit. We also established midrasha for women to learn and to study, and they studying about, we call it Torat Eretz Israel, the ideas and the ideological issues about the land of Israel. And this is a Bet Midrash that every day we have many boys and men that coming and learning. And this is a Shachrit Minyan, like you can see, everything is full of people inside the Bet Midrash. You cannot see, but all of this is full, and also outside. And everyone is very exciting from this new spirit that came to us after so many years. And this is why so many people want to take part and be part of this incredible mission. And now we are in very unique situation, because in such a short time we achieve a very important goals, and we have a very strong place, but we understand that
Vital's frozen.
now our job is to bring after us, like every story, the Jewish nation. One of the strongest story that we have every generation is about pioneering, a group of pioneering that going in the front, and after them the rest of the nation coming and support. Like I start to say, in every generation we have in our history pioneering groups that are going in the front, and after them the rest of the nation coming. And this is also what we believe should be here in the case of Eviatar. And this is why in all the last week we're doing a lot of political work and public work. We bring people and groups, young and old, and from all the kind of the Israeli people to come and to be and to support and take part of it. And we're also doing a lot of political work with Knesset members, ministers from all kind of the options of the different parties, because we do believe that when the leadership see that the Jewish nation want to establish and want to be a healthy nation to build and develop our homeland, they will join. And we see a lot of support of it. Of course, we see from left organization and left party, they have they understand the potential of this issue, and they trying to make us weak. But we understand that as many of people that will join and support and be part of it, this what will make this place to have the support of the government. And this is why each and every one of us, never mind whatever he stay and live and what he do, each and every one of us can take part in this incredible place and in this incredible ideological issue, because we need the support of the whole Jewish nation. And support can be in writing letters for the new prime minister we have and different Knesset members and ministers. And if each and every one of you today from this Zoom will sit today and write letters, all people that now in a position of decision in of this place future. So this is show them that there is a support and a good willing for this place from the whole Jewish nation. And all of this place that you see, like you see behind me, the picture on the wall that we put here in Eviatar, all of this development that I show you in the picture, it's all Am Israel that donate and help, and it's not. It's all based about people that want to take part of this Zionist and pioneering mission. And we do want to build a school here, and we do want to continue to build more houses, to bring more families, and to improve the infrastructure. And all of this, we need also the technical support, and we need the public support. And we understand that the combination between the building and the make facts on the ground and the support of the Jewish nation from all over the world, this what will create the change and will bring back the Jewish government to be able to declare and to establish new settlement all over Yehuda and Shomron.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you. And yes, we really do need everybody's help. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, we have an amazing surprise for you here. We have a Knesset minister, Miki Zohar, is with us this evening, and he heard about our Zoom. He knows about Evyatar, and he's excited about it. So he has agreed to come on and give us some greetings, and we're really appreciative of this, okay? Miki has actually studied at Bar Ilan. He's got a law degree, bachelor's, LLM, LLB, all of the great degrees. And he's one of our wonderful Knesset members who is always backing our work. So I'd like, Miki, if you could unmute yourself, we'd love to see you.
Yeah, did you hear me?
Terrific.
Yeah. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here, and I want to congratulate you all for your doing for the land of Israel. As you know, I'm a member in the Knesset from the Likud party, and I do all what I can to this new establishment that's called Eviatar. I think this is a huge startup for the settlements. It's something so important that we can see on this new establishment that's called Eviatar. We can see that something like a magic happened in 1 or 2 days, that 50 families came for a very important place in the land of Israel and formed their life together there. And they built also a synagogue, and they built kindergartens, and they have roads there and streets. This is something that is amazing. And I think everybody should look at this establishment and learn how to settle in Israel, in our land, in the Jewish land. I wanted to tell you all, guys, that your help is very, very important for the land of Israel. And this is something that is amazing to see. You are more than welcome to come and see this magic that is happening right now in Evyatar. And I want to say to you all, thank you for everything. We will keep to do everything that we can from the Knesset. Unfortunately, right now we are in the opposition. We are not in the coalition. We didn't form the government, but we're going to do our best with all of our abilities to help this beautiful place that's called Eviatar.
Thank you so much, Miki, and we wish you great success. And we know that there's a lot of koach, a lot of power from the opposition. And I have no doubt that you, as a leading Likud member, will be using that strength. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, and good luck.
Okay, now we have our next surprise for the evening. Okay, and we are going to, okay, we have a movie that we're going to show you so that you can get a little bit more into the atmosphere and really see for your lives, see for yourselves some of the people from Evyatar and what's gone on there. This is the best way that we can show you at the moment, though we'll look forward to welcoming you to Evyatar in real life. We're going to answer questions at the end, okay? So you can keep on putting your questions in.
Eviatar, the new settlement, was established only 5 weeks ago. We took this place and we make it to be a flourishing and living community. We have here today 52 families that came from all over Israel to live here, and we have another 70 families that are in a waiting list. They want to come and take part in this incredible community. We have here a Bet Midrash, we have parks and kindergarten for the kids, and Midrasha for women to come and learn. We paved roads, we brought infrastructure of water and electrical system.
The pioneering spirit that enables building such a beautiful community as Evyatar is a direct continuation of the spirit of Gush Emunim movement that established so many communities all over Yehuda and Shomron. Evyatar opens the gate for many more Jewish communities to build all over Yehuda and Shomron. Evyatar was established in memory of Evyatar Borovsky and Yehuda Gueta, who were both murdered not far from here in Tapuach Junction. Right after the murder of Yehuda, we came here, Nachala movement, together with the Regional Council of Samaria, with the decision to make it big, strong, and to stay here forever.
We are living here a normal life like every family. I take the children to their schools and kindergartens. I'm working in my office of my bookkeeping business.
20 years, no settlement was established in Yehuda Shomron. Finally, after all these years, thousands of people are coming here in buses, in vehicles, private vehicles. All kinds of Israeli citizens, proud Jews are coming here to Evyatar and taking part of building this amazing settlement.
My name is Batsheva. We came here from Lod. We came to support Evyatar. My husband and I grew up in the Golan. When we heard about Evyatar, we took our 7 children and came to Evyatar.
Evyatar is located between Tapuach and Migdalim, in the heart of the Shomron. The land that we're sitting on is not private Palestinian land. Now, the Shomron Regional Council submitted plans to all the authorities.
In a short time, we did and we achieved a lot, but there is still much more work to do. It's critical, especially in our days, to make sure that Evyatar will continue to develop. We need to build more houses, to bring more families, to improve the infrastructure. We need to make sure that Evyatar will continue to grow and develop. There is a unique opportunity to each and every one of us to take part in this important Zionist mission. Join us. Together, we will create history.
Thank you. Thank you. That was amazing. One of our guests tonight is Aaron Gottlieb. Aaron is actually a resident of Evyatar. He was one of the first families to move there. So Aaron, please unmute yourself and share with us some of the experiences and what it's like living there, because I think you're probably not living in a lap of luxury, but in a spiritual sense, you're probably feeling highly uplifted.
Anyway, I was requested around 3.5 weeks ago to come and give a little chizuk to this new settlement, Eviatar. And tell you the truth, say all the truth, I didn't feel so normal not coming to live here, because I really felt that my heart was really here the whole time for the week and a half, basically before, or 2 weeks before we came. And I was always eating myself inside, saying, you know, why aren't I there? Why am I not there already? Why didn't I even take my family and move and live in and come live in Evyatar? So we finally came, and it's amazing here. The feelings are really high spirit feelings. Listen, I'll explain to you. I made Aliyah when I was 9 years old from New Rochelle, New York, with my parents and my two siblings. And we moved to Ra'anana. And later on, after a couple of years, my parents moved to Yehuda and Shomron, into this Ginot Shomron settlement, which is actually a half-an-hour drive from Eviatar. And I learned from my father what the importance of Eretz Israel and how important and how it's like the main and most important thing in our life as a family. And I took it a step forward. Living today and living in Eviatar with my family. I'm married to my wife Renana, and we have 4 children.
Hello.
Our oldest.
How are you?
Our oldest is. You hear me? Is it Craig?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, great. Our oldest is in going to 3rd grade after the summer. And our youngest is 1.5 years. She goes to the nursery over here in Eviatar. And my daughter is older than the youngest. She's in the kindergarten here in Eviatar. And hopefully very soon, they'll be opening a school for my older boys. Hopefully soon, we're going to open up a Talmud Torah or a school for my 2 older boys. And we have a shower and we have a bathroom, but you're living on cement floor, and the walls are not really painted, and you don't really have a great air conditioner, but you have a lot of faith, and you have a lot of happiness and a lot of spirit. And I really feel that my children are having a great time. The experience they have over here is something they'll never get anywhere else. Not in school, and it doesn't matter which school you send them to. You have amazing teachers, but
I think, Aaron, for me, one of the things when I came there with a friend, I came to visit. I love bringing people there, and one of the things was, we went into your home, and no, it's not a home like you're imagining, guys, with all a functioning kitchen, but they've set up a kitchen elsewhere to make sure everybody gets food. Okay, and people come and they take food, and they've got biscuit, Aaron's got his biscuits, and for the family, and the kids are happy. And then we walked outside, and there were a bunch of kids outside, and all these children are playing together, happy as can be. And we walked a little bit further on, and there was this guy there doing a workshop with balloons. He was making all fabulous shapes of balloons with different things. And it was like, what's this guy doing here? And so somebody said to me, Gila, people come here all the time. They want to soak in the atmosphere. They want to be part of this place, and they want to do whatever they can to make Evyatar succeed and to make it an exciting place to be at. And if you visit Evyatar, that's what you're feeling there, this vibrance, this excitement, because it's something that we haven't seen for just so many years. Okay, so Aaron, I think that you reflect that for us, that excitement. And even though it's challenging, we heard Aaron's a student, his kids aren't all organized in proper daycare. His wife travels to Jerusalem and is working in the Ministry of Interior. People are carrying on there. We've got Rivka who's there, and Rivka's got, B'li Ayin Hara, 10 children, and she's an accountant. And she's there in Evyatar, manning the fort, doing an amazing job. And everybody has certain jobs too. It's extremely well organized. There are Shabbatot there. This week they had 750 people there. So people have been pitching their tents and just turning up because they want to be part of what's going on and what's happening, this new spirit and this excitement. Okay, we'll take questions now. I want to know, first of all, the makeup of the community. Are there secular people, just religious? Who are the people that are living there today?
So actually, it's very, very special because Here in the 53 families, we have so many different kind of families that it's really amazing. I think it shows us the beauty of the Jewish nation, because we have here people that are religious, and we have here people that are not, and we have people here that family that came from Ramat HaGolan, and we have family that came from Bat Yam, and family that came very close from Tapuach, very close from here. So this community is very, very colorful, very, very different people. And you know what? We can see it also in the support we get to Eviatar, because we see that the support of Eviatar is coming from all the different kind of Israeli people from Israel and outside from Israel. And it's not connection if you are religious or not religious, if you are a woman or man, if you are young or old. The land of Israel, it's something that touching all Jewish people in their heart. And this is why we see that different kind of people and many people feel connected to it. And I think we all have our place to take part of it. Never mind if we are what we're feeling about other things, but this is our land, this is our country, this is our place that we want to support. And this is why we have also in the community here very people, and also from all over the people that coming. It's very meguvan,
very broad range. It's like our kibbutz galuyot here. It doesn't matter. You want to be in Eviatar, we love to have you. Okay, that's sort of the approach that we have there. Okay, there's a question about why we didn't receive, why Eviatar wasn't given authorization while Netanyahu was still in power.
It's let's say the political situation in Israel wasn't so connected to the terror action that happened 7 weeks ago. And after this terror action, when we decide to establish Eviatar, no one can imagine what will be in those days 7 weeks ago, that we will be in the situation that we are now. Like you all remember, in these 7 weeks, I always laugh that the time is Israel is very intensive, because it's never boring here. Only in 7 weeks we had army, Shomer Chomot, keeping the wall, that we had all the issue in Lod, in all the center of Israel. And so everything is here in Israel is very dynamic. And when we decided to establish the place, we couldn't know what will be exactly in the political field and which government will establish. The Netanyahu, which was the prime minister, he did, before he finished his job as a prime minister, he did wrote a letter that said that the government want to find the way to give the permission to this place. It's important you to all know that all of the places in Yehuda and Shomron, it's always first of all, you need to make fact on the ground, and then the government can bring the permission. And it's something that this is for more than 50 years. This is how things works in Yehuda and Shomron. There is many reasons for it, and it can be a full lecture. Maybe we will do one next time about this. But it's very important to understand that this is the way that whole Yehuda and Shomron was built. And so Netanyahu wrote a letter that the government know that this is not a private land, and they want to check the situation to be able to permission this place. And now we are in a situation that Netanyahu is not anymore the prime minister. We have Naftali Bennett as a prime minister, and he has a right-wing position in his agenda. And this is why we need the support of all the Jews from all over. And I'm talking about support of different organizations, but also of support of each and every one of you. Because if Naftali Bennett and if the people that now in the coalition, the party that now in the coalition will visit Eviatar, it's something that is important to a lot of people in Israel and a lot of Jews around the world, it's something that we understand that this will give them the power to support this place also.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay, why doesn't the Israeli government enforce its rights in Area C? Why does it allow the EU and other pro-Palestinian organizations to build schools and towns for Palestinians while disallowing Israel to settle? I think that question touches upon a lot of our frustration, because we also see the Arab populations in all the areas. The illegal building is expanding, and they build to their heart's delight. And we're trying to build one settlement at the moment of Evyatar, and it's being challenging. I'm wondering if you could address why is it so challenging, and why are we not able to succeed with this?
Okay, actually, this is the person who asked this question actually touched the core of the pain that we always feel because of this distortion. Actually, it's the old sin of not declaring sovereignty over Judea and Samaria right after the miraculous Six-Day War. And as this didn't happen in the year 1967, the ritual or the way things developed in Yehuda and Shomron, and we touched it briefly before, is that facts on the ground precede the legal decisions. This has been the root. This has been the system. This is the way we develop the 250 communities in Yehuda and Shomron. It's not yet an area of declared sovereignty, but step by step, after the facts on the ground, the government comes after the public, after the Gush Emunim movement, and now after the Nachala movement, and accepts what we do. We don't know yet if Evyatar will be fully accepted. We pray, we need your support, as Gila so wisely said, and as Lital mentioned, we need your support. We need your even public support, even writing letters, as Lital mentioned, and maybe putting even ads in the newspapers abroad and in Israel. The fact is that we have to begin with establishing a community, and then the government accepts the fact that we established it, and then the government adds a better infrastructure, and slowly it becomes a reality. That we want it to be different, yes. That this is so far the situation, it's also yes. Have we succeeded? Very much. If you ask me if we wanted to succeed more, yes, we wanted to succeed more. As for the new government, on the one hand, there are leftist elements in this new government, yet Naftali Bennett, in principle, is a person who supports the communities in Yehuda and Shomron, and who said that he will support also in the future. We shall all live to see that he keeps his word.
Amen. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say how excited we are that you're all here. And among our guests tonight, we've got Judy Friedman from FC, and Howard Katzoff from the ZOA, and Scott Feltman from the One Israel Fund, as well as Jonathan Sherman from the One Israel Fund, and Goldie from Canada, Israel Rights, and Andrea from CAFE from Canada. So we've got so many of our people supporting us, and it's important to us. We need you with us. In order for Eviatar to really survive, we need the support of all of our friends overseas and in Israel. So you guys, you could be writing letters. We're going to send you out a follow-up email, and we're going to ask you to please write letters, send faxes, send emails, whatever it is, to the members of Knesset. We will give you a list of people, and don't do it. Don't put it off. We don't have time to put it off. We want Eviatar to survive. We need them to understand that it's not just those 50 families and the 70 families waiting and all of us as a support who want Eviatar to survive. There are hundreds of thousands of people that want Eviatar and the new settlements in Israel to be strong and to exercise our rights to settle the land of Israel. As you can imagine, this is a very costly project, so we need your support as well. So I'm going to send you some links as well that you could donate to Nachala for the incredible work they're doing. Okay, in order to do the infrastructure, to build the houses, the homes, to bring the people, we need your support. And the bigger Eviatar is, and the more of an established yeshuv it is, the chances of its survival in the long term are far greater. So be our partners, ladies and gentlemen, and help us to make Eviatar a home for everybody. I see that somebody mentioned that they want to come and visit Eviatar. We would love to have you. You've got our email address. We're going to send you an email. You could be in touch with us. We'd love to see you all. Drop us a line. Let us know what you think, okay? We really want to hear from all of you. Thank you very much for joining us.